All right, tennis fans, hold on to your seats and get ready to travel back in time to the explosive world of tennis in the 90s. In this episode of Where Are They Now? Tennis stars of the 90s will be taking a fast and furious ride through the lives of some of the greatest players the game has ever seen. From the grunting of Monica Seles to the legendary battles of Pete Sampras and Andre Agassi, the 90s were a decade of intense competition and unforgettable moments. But what are these tennis titans up to now? Have they hung up their rackets for good, or are they still chasing their dreams on the court? We'll be delving deep into the personal lives, professional careers, and juicy scandals of these iconic players. You'll hear about the epic highs and devastating lows of their careers, as well as the triumphs and tragedies that have followed them into retirement. But don't think this is going to be a snooze fest of stats and figures. We're going to spice things up with some fun facts and outrageous stories that will leave you laughing, crying, and wondering how on earth these players survived the wild and crazy world of 90s tennis. So, what are you waiting for? Grab your favorite tennis racket, put on your favorite 90s playlist, and join us for a ride you won't forget in Where Are They Now? Tennis stars of the 90s. Game, set, and match, here we go. 1. Monica Seles. Get ready to hear the heart-wrenching story of Monica Seles, a tennis superstar whose career was cut short by an unimaginable tragedy. Monica was on top of the world in the early 90s, dominating the sport like nobody else. But in a shocking turn of events, she was brutally stabbed on the court by an obsessed fan of her rival, Steffi Graf. It's hard to imagine the immense pressure Monica was under after defeating Steffi to win a Grand Slam just months prior, but she was a force to be reckoned with, defeating Steffi in 3 out of 4 Grand Slams in 1993 and dethroning the Queen of Tennis. Despite being just 16 years old, Monica became the youngest player ever to win the French Open in 1990. By the time she turned 20, she had already won 8 Grand Slams, a feat that seemed impossible to many. After taking 2 years off to recover from the stabbing, Monica returned to tennis in 1995, but she was never quite the same. Her career slowly came to a halt, and she played her last professional game in 2003 before officially retiring in 2008. But that's not where the story ends. Monica's incredible achievements in the sport were recognized when she was inducted into the International Tennis Hall of Fame in 2009. And now she's a writer, having penned 3 books. She's also working as a spokesperson for a pharmaceutical company, raising awareness about binge eating disorders. 2. Steffi Graf. Get ready to hear about one of the most legendary tennis players of all time, Steffi Graf. With an incredible 107 career titles, Steffi is considered one of the greatest players to ever grace the court. And just like her husband Andre Agassi, Steffi has a heart for giving back to society. In 1998, she started a foundation focused on raising awareness for the needs of children. At the age of 30, Steffi retired from professional tennis while still ranked number 3 in the world. But her contributions to the sport and the world didn't end there. In 2001, she married fellow tennis superstar Andre Agassi, creating one of the most iconic power couples of all time. And while Steffi has been involved in several humanitarian works since her retirement, we can't forget about her equally famous husband. So, what has Agassi been up to? Stay tuned to find out. 3. Andre Agassi. Hold on tight as we take a deep dive into the life of tennis superstar Andre Agassi. Not only was he a skilled player on the court, but his unique fashion sense and off-court celebrity love life kept the media captivated. Agassi was part of one of the greatest rivalries in tennis history with Pete Sampras, battling it out on the court in epic matches that kept fans on the edge of their seats. But Agassi's impact goes beyond the sport. He's widely recognized for his humanitarian work with children, a passion he shares with his wife, tennis legend Steffi Graf. After marrying Graf in 2001, Agassi retired from tennis following the 2006 U.S. Open. But retirement didn't slow him down. He continued to expand his philanthropic efforts, teaming up with an investment fund to construct over 80 charter schools across the United States. 4. Martina Navratilova. Martina Navratilova, a true legend of the game, made headlines in 2014 when she proposed to her girlfriend, Julia Lemigova, at the U.S. Open. The former Miss USSR said yes, and the couple tied the knot a few months later in New York. Martina's contributions to the sport were recognized when she was inducted into the International Tennis Federation Hall of Fame in 2019. Today, she is more than just a tennis star. She's also an analyst for the Tennis Channel and a fierce advocate for human rights and animal welfare. Whether she's dominating the court or speaking out for what she believes in, Martina Navratilova is a true inspiration. 5. Stefan Edberg. Stefan Edberg was a force to be reckoned with on the court, known for his precision and powerful serves. The Swedish tennis legend had an illustrious career, winning 6 Grand Slam singles championships and 3 Grand Slam men's doubles championships. He retired in 1996, but his impact on the sport was far from over. In 2014, he became Roger Federer's coach, helping the Swiss star regain his dominance on the court. Edberg's influence on Federer's playing style was evident, and the two formed a formidable partnership. Though he no longer competes professionally, Edberg still enjoys playing tennis on occasion. However, his focus has shifted towards finance and real estate, putting his strategic mind to work off the court. 6. Martina Hingis. Martina Hingis is a name that still resonates with tennis fans worldwide. At just 16 years old, she made history by becoming the youngest ever Grand Slam champion in 1996, capturing the attention of the world with her undeniable talent on the court. She went on to win a total of 42 career titles, cementing her place in the annals of tennis history. But her journey wasn't without its challenges. In 2007, she failed a drugs test at Wimbledon and was handed a 2-year suspension. Despite her protestations of innocence, her appeal was rejected. Undeterred, Hingis made a stunning comeback in 2015, this time focusing on doubles, where she found her true calling. She quickly dominated the circuit once again, winning titles and reaching major tournament finals, and even retiring as the #1 doubles player in the world. Her passion for tennis has not waned in retirement, as she now coaches the Swiss Fed Cup team, passing on her expertise to the next generation of tennis superstars. 7. Jim Courier. Jim Courier, the fiery redhead from Florida, was a force to be reckoned with during his professional tennis career, which began in 1988. He was one of the few players who could hold his own in a generation dominated by the rivalry between Pete Sampras and Andre Agassi. Jim won 4 Grand Slam singles championships, 2 at the French Open and 2 at the Australian Open, cementing his place in tennis history. Since retiring in 2000, Jim has remained involved in the sport he loves, working as a broadcaster for the Tennis Channel, USA Network, NBC Sports, and many other networks. He has also been the primary commentator for the Australian Open on the host broadcast station since 2005, bringing his wealth of knowledge and expertise to tennis fans around the world. 8. Jennifer Capriati. Jennifer Capriati's tennis career was a roller coaster ride that kept the fans on the edge of their seats. Her prodigious talent was undeniable as she won her first Grand Slam title at the age of 14. However, her journey was fraught with personal and professional setbacks, including injuries and off-court controversies. Despite it all, Capriati remained a fierce competitor, winning 3 Grand Slam titles and reaching the top of the world rankings in 2001. Since retiring in 2004, Capriati's life has been far from smooth sailing, with several legal troubles making headlines. However, she has managed to keep a low profile in recent years, leaving fans wondering what she's been up to. 9. Boris Becker. Boris Becker's iconic Wimbledon victory in 1985 made him an instant sensation as the first unseeded player and the first German to win the tournament. His explosive style and fierce competitiveness on the court made him a fan favorite, but his personal life off the court was anything but smooth sailing. Despite his struggles with fame and fortune, Boris went on to win 6 major singles championships and an Olympic gold medal in men's doubles. After retiring from professional tennis in 1999, Boris remained in the public eye as a poker player and coach. He became Novak Djokovic's coach from 2013 to 2016, helping the Serbian superstar win 6 Grand Slam titles during their partnership. However, Boris's financial troubles caught up with him in 2017 when he declared bankruptcy, selling off his prized memorabilia to pay off his debt. In April 2022, the tennis legend found himself in legal hot water once again, facing charges of concealing assets related to his bankruptcy. The court sentenced him to 2.5 years in prison, marking a tragic turn for the once great champion. Despite his fall from grace, Boris Becker remains a beloved figure in the tennis world, remembered for his incredible achievements on the court and his fiery spirit that captivated fans around the globe. 10. Pete Sampras. Let's talk about Pete Sampras, the legendary player who ruled the men's tour with his incredible serve and volley game. Not only did he win an astounding 14 Grand Slam singles titles, but he also served as a role model for other ATP athletes with his quiet, humble, and hardworking attitude on and off the court. But what is the king of the court up to these days, you ask? Well, he spends most of his time with his lovely wife and 2 sons, occasionally picking up a tennis racket or golf club to remind us all why he's considered one of the greatest tennis players of all time. Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed this recap of some of the greatest tennis players of all time. From the likes of Serena Williams and Roger Federer to Martina Hingis and Pete Sampras, these players have left an indelible mark on the sport with their incredible talent, hard work, and determination. Whether you're a casual fan or a die-hard tennis enthusiast, there's no denying the impact these players have had on the game. So, next time you hit the court or tune into a match, remember the legacy of these tennis legends and be inspired to pursue your greatness. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content.